Hello and welcome to another episode of Your Family Lawyer, which is reaching you from the, I call it the ancient and modern city of Ibadan. My name is Alright Egbe. I happen to be a family lawyer and also a counseling psychologist. What I share here on Your Family Lawyer is to see how I can orient you, right, and educate you on family law matters, especially when it comes to Nigeria. What I share here is not professional advice, so that if you need counsel on a particular family law matter, you may want to reach me with the information that is on this particular episode or find a lawyer that is closest to you. So this topic is straightforward and simple. I have had people again and again who usually have the challenges of paying a lawyer, especially in today's economic reality, and they're like, hey, can I not do my case myself? Is there anything wrong if I choose to do my case myself? So today's episode is particularly to you and for you, and I hope you benefit from this. Well, the topic says you do not need a lawyer for divorce, and that is the truth. Okay, generally, we have two types of marriages in Nigeria. We have the customary marriage and we have the statutory marriage. Now, the customary marriage, we have two types of it. We have the marriage that is based on the various traditions and customs of the different tribes and ethnic groups in Nigeria, and we also have Islamic law. Under marriages under the statutory marriages, we have two or let's say three types. Better still, we may say one type, and it means the marriage that is based on the Marriage Act, right? The Marriage Act of Nigeria. Such marriages could be conducted at a marriage registry or at a church that is licensed for marriage, right? Right now, we are beginning to have mosques that are licensed for marriage or any other public place licensed by the governor for marriage. So it must not necessarily be at a marriage registry, it must not only be at a church, it can be at a mosque, it can be at any other public place that is licensed for marriage, right? Now, there are rules as to how these different marriages should go, but today we are talking about divorce. And from time to time, I will take you through the different steps of statutory marriage, of customary marriage, how to contract them, and we will all learn. So please ensure you always join me for these discussions, which happens every Sunday at 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. or any other time, depending on your time zone, but 7 p.m. Nigeria time, which is GMT plus one. Right? Okay, now when it comes to that, usually for those who have customary marriages, they may want to have their divorce in a customary court. And for those who have statutory marriages, their divorce can happen at a High Court of the State or Federal High Court. Now, this is the part of it people don't understand, is that in customary court, you can stand for yourself. In the High Court, you can stand for yourself. In the Federal High Court, you can stand for yourself. If you understand the rules and you understand the procedures, you can always come to this court and do your matters yourself. There is no law, there is no rule that demands that you must use a lawyer. Now follow me so that you don't miss up what I'm trying to educate you on. So if you have any matter, any family matter before a customary court, any family matter before a magistrate family court, or before a high court or federal high court, you can represent yourself. In fact, the law says you can represent yourself in all matters. However, this is where the exception lies. If any person must represent you, if any person must do your case on your behalf, if any person must do your matter on your behalf, the law requires that the person must be a lawyer. So you see, you mustn't use a lawyer. You do not have to use a lawyer. But then if you say, oh, I cannot do this by myself because I do not understand the laws that apply to it, because I do not understand the intricacies and all the rules of court, so I don't want to use my case to learn the law or to learn procedure or to learn practice rules and practice procedure, the law says, yes, you can find someone else who is an expert in it, who has an understanding in it to represent you, to do the matter on your behalf, but that person must be a lawyer. So I've seen people who say, oh, I can do my divorce myself, I can do my family matter myself. Yes, I've seen those kind of people, and I've met a number of them in court, and that's fine. Nobody's going to stop you, but this is it. The judge will not be the one teaching you the law. The opposite side will not be the one teaching you the law. If you do not know the law and understand the different intricacies, the different principles that apply, you will be shooting yourself in the leg. For example, when it comes to matrimonial matters, let's say when it comes to divorce, for example, we have the things that apply will be the Marriage Act, the Matrimonial Causes Act, the Matrimonial Causes Rules. Sometimes the Violence Against Persons Act may apply. When there are children involved, the Child Rights Act will apply. When there are properties involved, the Women Right to Property Act may apply. There are different laws that will apply to different matters in the marriage and in the family. So if you think that, oh, it is just one law, and it comes so there are some certain matters that the particular rules of that court is what's going to apply. Of course, when it comes to giving evidence, the Evidence Act will apply. When it comes to oaths, the Oaths Law or the Oaths Act will apply. There are different laws that will apply. So you may think that, oh, it's my marriage now, so it's supposed to just be only the Marriage Act or only the Matrimonial Causes Act. No. Different things apply to different aspects of it. Many times, there are also some parts of it that the Constitution will apply when it comes to the right to fair hearing. So it is best, and we usually advise that if you don't know all the laws that apply, you do not know the practice procedure, you do not know the intricacies of the matter, it is best to hire a lawyer to help you do your matter. Right? That's always the counsel we give to you. It does not mean you cannot choose to do it yourself. You can choose to do it yourself. However, know that you are most likely shooting yourself in the leg, because the judge will not be there teaching you the law. The other party will not be there teaching you the law. And you may not know all the laws that apply, because it's not just that one law you assume that applies to everything. Like I said, you have in the Marriage Act, the Matrimonial Causes Act, the Matrimonial Causes Rules. The rules of court will also apply in certain cases. The Evidence Act will apply to evidence. The Oaths Act will apply to oaths. The Child Rights Act or the Child Rights Act will apply to everything custody. And now the Violence Against People Prohibition Act will apply if there is domestic violence, domestic abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, right? And it just continues. The Constitution will apply when it comes to fair hearing, and so on and so on. There are different laws that apply to different things. Have you seen that sticker that asks, what lawyers they do say? What we do is to see how we can review all the laws, remember all the principles, remember all the case laws, and apply it to your case. In reality, when I'm handling one case right now, I actually bring on board everything that I know about the law. I mean, everything that I learned from my 100 level in the university study law to everything that I have learned in my 13 years of experience as a family lawyer. So yes, you don't need a lawyer for divorce or to do your case. However, you need a lawyer to help you do it so that you don't mess things up and spoil your matter and deny yourself of the blessings of it. My name is Alright Egbe, and thank you so much for following. And next week we will be discussing on something else, and I want you to follow me too. You're all.